All right, so this is the second level, level 2 for 6.7 graphing linear inequalities. So once again, if you feel like this pencil, if you've written this problem over and over and you still don't understand, hopefully by the end you'll feel a little bit better and you'll say, I got it now. Maybe you scream it, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so again, this is a level 2 question. Yes, level 2. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, anyway, before I get too sidetracked, level 2 question. What makes this a level 2 question is this is not in slope-intercept form yet. This is not an yummy Mexican burrito, if you remember that from class. Okay, that has no math to do with it, but it helps you remember your slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this one out. If I'm taking a look at this problem here, I need to change something, so I'm going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract this 3, this constant. I'm going to move it over to the other side. Keep this the same. I get 4x minus 3. And so now I have it in slope-intercept form. Now I can tell you that my slope is 4 over 1 and my intercept is 0, negative 3. So now I'm going to come over here to my graph and I'm going to go down to 0, negative 3. I'm going to put a point right there, 0, negative 3. And then from there I'm going to move up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. And then I'm going to use my straight edge, my ruler here, to create this line. Now be careful. I'm going to go back to my linear inequality, and I notice that it's greater than or equal to. So equal to means I'm going to have a nice solid line. So I can create my solid line. Now if you remember, in class I said if it's greater than, and the y is on the left side, then it's going to be above the line. And so some of you might not realize that above the line is over here. But here's how you can, for sure, check your solution. You're going to say 0, 0. It's a nice origin. You say, hey, if this is true, then everything on this side will be true. If this is false, then you know the other side is true, the other half plane. So let's go ahead and plug this in right here. I can plug it into either one. I'll just go ahead and plug it in this bottom one. So 0, is that greater than or equal to 4 times 0 minus 3? Is 0 greater than or equal to 0 minus 3? Or is 0 greater than or equal to negative 3? Your answer here would be yes. So it should be shaded above the line, or the side that has the origin, and that would be everything on this side right over here. Okay, so that would be your solution in that example. Let's try one more here. Okay, so if you don't feel necessarily like you got it, well, let's see if we can try another one. Let's see one more here. So I'm going to scoot this up, and I'm going to take a look at this. All right, so this one looks like I need 2 steps to solve for y, get this y by itself. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2x to both sides. Add that term with the variable first. So add it to both sides. That goes away. I get negative 4y is greater than 2x plus 8. Now I'm going to divide by negative 4. Uh-oh. Dividing by negative 4. That should raise a red flag. That should help you remember that when you divide by a negative, you actually switch the way that the inequality symbol is going. Simplify the rest. Okay, that's an important one. Switch when dividing by a negative. Alright, so now I've got to this point. Now you can tell me that my slope is negative 1/2 and that my y-intercept is 0, negative 2. Alright, so now I'm going to come to my graph here. I'm going to try graphing this situation. So let's see, start at 0, negative 2. That's right there, 0, negative 2. And then I'm going to move down 1 and over 2, down 1 and over 2. And on this one, before I make my line, I got to double check that is it going to be a solid or a dashed line. And so the fact that it's got less than and no extra line underneath, that means this is just going to be a dashed line. It means that the border here that I'm making, this boundary, is not inclusive. So something that's on this line is not going to be a solution. So now I'm going to check with my point, my origin, 0, 0. So let's check with 0, 0. Let's substitute. So 0, is that less than negative 1/2 times 0 minus 2? Is 0 less than 0 minus 2? Or is 0 less than negative 2? And the answer here is no, it is not. Or no, it is not. Depends on how you feel. Anyway, so because this is not a solution, you would say, then that side's not supposed to be shaded. I should shade below my line, just like over here. And if you look over here, less than, if you switched correctly, that should have told you, I go below the line. Okay, so once again, if you felt like this little pencil here, that you do it over and over and you don't get it, I hope that you feel a little bit better and you got it now. All right, cool. See you in class.